Hi guys, it's Kenyatta and we gonna talk about it. So I'm so happy to be here this evening with you guys as usual. It brings me much joy to come here and talk to you on this platform um, that God has really graced me with. Um, Today I do come to you with a heavy heart. Remember last couple videos I was telling you guys like I'm very sensitive this week. It's been hard for me. Today is my mom's birthday, Mrs. Gladine Ovella Brown. I lost my mother 2 years ago um, after taking care of her to the end of her days. Um, it is the most hardest thing to lose a mother. It's very, very hard to recover from that. I really don't think I'm ever going to recover. Um, I smile, I laugh, I cry. I have every emotion um when it comes to my mom. I just remember us sharing, times together, and I miss her. I just I miss her. And I don't think that void that I feel inside of me is gonna go away. It's not going away. I have an older sister. I'm the baby of us two. I'm the baby. Yep, I'm the baby. I said it. And I like being the baby because the baby gets what she wants. So my mom was very dedicated to being a good mother for me and my sister. Um, my mother did what she had to do to raise us. She was just a good woman, smart, beautiful, sexy, and oh my goodness, like she was just the bomb. She was a baddie, seriously. Um, I just I strive to keep all the pieces of her inside of me. Um, I'm so grateful to God that God let my mother see me get married. He let my mother see her grandchildren. She was able to witness her daughters, both of them doing great things. My mother was very proud of us both. She never made a difference. She never treated us like she loved one more than the other. She loved us the same. She loved us the same, and she just was so sweet. You couldn't help but to love her. All my girlfriends would call her mommy because that's who she was. She was a nurturer, you know, somebody that you just loved to be around because she was so funny. She would just have you laughing and just laughing. She would do silly things. Like she wasn't scared to be silly. She wasn't scared. She was always herself, always. And I thank and praise God for letting me take care of her in her time of need. I was able to do that. My sister is, and we live far from each other, so it was not easy for her to, keep coming back and forth, which is understandable. I was the person that was here in the same state that my mother lived in, so I needed to take care of her so that my sister could do what she had to do for her family in another state. Um, my sister has said for many years, when I was growing up, she's, I believe, 6 or 7 years older than me. She's got me by a couple years, but black don't crack. We still look good, don't we? We still look good, don't we, sis? Anywho, I she's told me since I was a teenager. Kimmy. That's what they call me. They call me Kimmy. I let the cat out the bag. Yes. My family calls me Kimmy. They don't hardly use my real name unless I'm getting scolded by one of my aunties or Nana, Kenyatta Shaniqua. Don't think that I won't slap your head off, when you getting in trouble. Anyhow, my sister, she's been telling me for years, you gonna be the one, that has to take care of mommy, and I used to think like she's so selfish for saying that, but I realized that she knew that I'm the nurturer. Everybody has a different quality in them, uh, my sister's not a nurturer. She just isn't. It's just not her thing. She's squeamish to things. She like, oh my gosh, she just, she can't take people looking at people's wounds, or like she can't do anything like that. It makes her sick on her stomach. So she always used to be like, oh, you're gonna have to take care of mommy when she get old. You're gonna take care of mommy. And I'm like, okay, okay. And she's like, don't worry, but I'm gonna give you the money, because she always good to give you the money. If you need anything, Kimmy, here, okay, I'm gonna send this. Mommy need this, okay, I'm gonna send this. So, she was there when she needed to be. That's what counts. Um, my mother was a woman of great integrity. Could you imagine having two girls? Like, she had two girls, not one, two. It's hard just having one girl, but when you have two, it's like double whammy, double the trouble. And myself, I gave my mother the most trouble, not my sister. Like, my sister is sneaky. Okay. She's always been sneaky. And I've always been, I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want. My mother would break all her nails on me, beating me because I wouldn't listen. She tell me don't leave the porch, I'd leave the porch. She tell me don't go to the corner, I'd be at the corner. Anything she told me to do, I would just do the opposite. And my sister used to tell me all the time, why can't you shut up? Why can't you just be quiet? Just let mommy talk. It wasn't me. Because it wasn't me. I always been like this, My mom used to tell me, I don't care if I break every nail on my hands. You ain't gonna leave that porch no more. Like, she just was, that's how she was. And listen here, nobody come for me. Yes, I said beat because that's how my mother did. Maybe if we would spank some of our kids nowadays, they wouldn't be acting the way they be acting, falling out in the stores and acting crazy like they don't got no daggone sense. Okay? We ain't do that with my mother, because she give us the look. You know the look. And if you didn't straighten up, you know what was coming. Before you could even get out that store, honey, you be on the floor somewhere. Or she'd take you in the bathroom and give you a good whooping. And dare somebody to say something. We ain't talking about abuse here. We talking about a good old-fashioned spanking. Yes, my mother spanked me, and I thank God that she did, because had she not did that, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today. You have to teach your children right from wrong. To each his own, okay? If you don't want to spank your kids, don't spank your kids. I'm not here to tell you that that's what you need to do. That's what my mother did. These are my stories, my opinions, okay? Anywho, she was a wonderful person. I love my mother to death. So, COVID came, and my mother's dementia worsened. She had dementia before that, before COVID hit, but when COVID hit, that's when it really got like bad, because she was out of her routine. She would go to church every Wednesday for prayer. She would go to Sunday school on Sunday. She would go to the second service. My mother was a church going woman. She would go to church. And when COVID came and everybody had to stay in the house, it was like it did something to her. Like her being out of her routine was the worst thing that could ever happen. 2 years, remember, we were really on the lockdown. I couldn't go over there to see her. She couldn't come here to see me. Thank God. I had a sister in the church, Sister Pat. I love you so much. I will have I will talk to you guys about this angel that took care of my mother for me when I would go to work. But I want to talk about my mother today. But Sister Pat, I thank you and love you so much. Um, my mother, she was out of touch with everybody. Even though we would call her on the phone, it got to be much for her. And when we finally did get out of the COVID, she was just, I could tell I was losing her. She would say things and she would say, we could be on the phone talking and she say, "What you eat tonight, honey? What you cook?" And I say, "Oh, mommy, I made this baked chicken. I made this rice and these string beans." And then literally like the next 2 minutes, she'd ask me, "What did you eat for dinner?" Like she did not remember. And that hurt. That really hurt me because I knew eventually I was so scared that she would forget me, you know. I didn't want to be forgotten. And I just, guys, I miss her. If you have lost a mother, you know the pain that I'm feeling inside. Every birthday, every Christmas, every Thanksgiving, every time a holiday comes, I'm completely out of it. And I just don't want to do anything. And I really do. I try to get out my feelings and I try to, just snap out of it, but I can't. And I just don't know when that feeling is going to pass. I'm sorry. I'll try to get through this the best way I can. I I miss her so much. I miss washing her hair. I miss combing her hair, kissing her on the cheek, laying down beside her, watching her Bonanza on TV. That was one of her favorite shows, guys. She loved westerns, like the old school westerns, Bonanza, and she did get into this new show I got her hooked on Lifetime, and she would sit in her little lazy boy chair I would have in her room, and she would watch it. It was called Castle, and she just be in that room saying, "Why that girl did that? Why didn't that girl run? Why that girl did this?" And she just loved her shows. And I would give her everything. I just spoiled her to death. I I spoiled her to death. All of us did. And I just I don't feel I know I did what I was supposed to do. I know I was a good daughter. I know I took care of her when she needed. I wiped her. I washed her. I did everything. And I know I was a good daughter and I did what I was supposed to do. But I just always feel like I wish I had more time to take care of her. On top of the dementia, what really put my mother over is she had a fall and she hit her head. She never recovered from that. It was just so quick after that. It was downhill. Like everything was going wrong after that. She had stopped, walking, standing up, going to the bathroom herself,